Welcome to Hunting with HECS.
Welcome to today's show. I'm your host, Mike Slinkard. Today, we're focused on predators, big black bears to be exact. You'll tag along with me on some exciting spot and stalk black bear hunting in the mountains of eastern Oregon. Then, we're headed over to Idaho to join up with Rocky Jacobson and friends as they put the HECS on some hard-hunted Idaho bruins. As always, we'll be pushing the limits of HECS technology, and you'll see it all just like it happened right here on Hunting with HECS.
Hunting is about getting close. Really close. Get closer than you ever thought was possible.
When you have a cameraman and you setting out in a dirt field like this, you can get away with so much with this HECS on.
I've got to give credit once again to HECS.
We showcase the science of getting close right here on Hunting with HECS.
If you were watching last week's episode, you saw my daughter Caitlin have an incredible close-up encounter with a huge Colorado black bear. You know, we'd seen this small bear come running right by us. He was actually pushed out of an acorn patch by a huge cinnamon-faced black bear. Against my better judgment, I agreed to let Caitlin see how close she could stalk to this bear without spooking it. You know, it seemed like a good idea at the time until I realized that soon my baby girl was only 5 steps away from this big, aggressive black bear, and it still didn't have a clue she was anywhere in the area. Well, fortunately for that bear, Caitlin didn't have a tag for that area, or he would have been riding home with us in the cooler. After Caitlin's encounter, I was eager to get back to my home state of eastern Oregon, where I did have a spring bear tag in my pocket. Caitlin and I had done some calling setups that morning, and although we hadn't seen anything yet, we found a lot of bear sign in the area.
Well, as you can see, we're in a good spot. One of the things that we do when we're looking for good calling spots or even good spot and stock places is look for sign. This is a great bear. He's been in here in this mud hole. Up here we're high up, so a lot of the water that they're drinking right now is out of these puddles, so it's a great place to look for bear tracks.
Well, that afternoon, Caitlin had another commitment, so I decided to go back out by myself just to see what I could find. As luck would have it, I spotted a nice bear feeding on a ridge way over across the canyon. Unfortunately, it was too far to get on film, but I knew by the way it was headed, it was likely going to cross through a big saddle that I knew very well. All I had to do was beat the bear to the saddle, and I knew I'd have a chance. Well, I reached the saddle and set up on a big rock outcropping with the wind in my favor. I barely got the camera set up when I saw the bear was headed my way. When he stepped up on a log, he was close enough, and I decided to take the shot.
Doing it all on my own today. As you can tell, we were right in the open, and he had no idea in the world we were within 1,000,000 miles.
One of the coolest things about wearing the HECS system is how easy it is to remain undetected even though you're moving through the wide open. Not only by, in this case, the bear, but also the other animals in the area as well. On my way in, I had to sneak past some deer, and there were pine squirrels in the trees all around me, yet none of them were chirping. You know, it may seem insignificant, but many times it's those non-prey species that bust you, and your hunt's over before it even gets started. HECS technology helps to alleviate that problem.
Hunting with HECS is brought to you by PSE Archery. Tough Country, American values forged in steel. Ozonics, undetectable, undeniable. Victory Archery, the carbon arrow experts. Luminoc, light 'em up. Rocky Mountain Hunting Calls, we call the game. Tacticam, share your hunt. Warren Winches. Trophy Properties and Auction. And HECS Stealth Screen, the evolution of concealment.
HECS stealth screen may be considered by some to be one of the most controversial pieces of hunting technology to come about in recent years. Science had already proven that several species used electroreception to detect prey animals, so why couldn't prey animals use it to detect predators? In the years since the launch, HECS technology has been accepted and used prominently in the world of hunters, divers, photographers, and conservationists. It has made the transformation from what some considered a questionable new concept to a tried and proven technology. Many HECS users say they simply will not go in the field without it.
Year after year after year, I've proven that my HECS has let me get closer. I've had the most success in my camp, multiple years, and I really credit that to my HECS.
When you have a cameraman and you sitting out in a dirt field like this, you can get away with so much with this HECS on. Imagine what you can do if you don't have two of you sitting out here and you're just trying to sneak up and get one yourself.
I've got to give credit once again to HECS. This was probably the most amazing elk encounter I've ever had. I couldn't be happier with HECS, and once again, the footage, the experience speaks for itself.
If you're still wondering, does HECS really work? I think we just answered that. HECS. Yes, it really works.
Make sure you bear with us over the break. There's plenty more HECS action right after this. Welcome back to Hunting with HECS. We're in predator mode this week, and so far we saw host Mike Slinkard's daughter Caitlin get ultra close to a big black bear in Colorado, and then tagged along on a spot and stalk bear hunt in Oregon.
Now we're headed to Idaho to catch up with Rocky Jacobson of Rocky Mountain Hunting Calls. Rocky is joined by his good friend Rick Brazul, who has some bait set up in some great areas. They've been seeing a lot of action on their trail cameras, so they decided to take their climbing stands in for an evening hunt.
Got our HECS on. We're nice and comfortable. Now if we just don't freeze to death tonight.
Well, Rocky's on the camera on this hunt, and it wasn't long before they caught some movement in the trees behind the bait site. It turned out to be a good-sized bear. If you've ever hunted bears over bait, you know it isn't as easy as some folks would like you to believe. Bears are super smart, and if things aren't just right, they simply disappear back into the dark timber. This is where HECS technology really makes a difference. This bear is on high alert for danger. All of his senses are tuned in for the slightest hint of trouble. A squirrel chattering or a bird alarm would be enough to send him packing into the woods. By using HECS, they're able to block their electrical signal, not only from the bear, but from the dozens of other animals in the area as well that could have easily raised an alarm. Normally, any strange noise would send this bear running for the security of the woods. But this bear is so convinced that there's nothing in the area, it simply ignores the guys trying to get him to turn for a shot and goes back to feeding. After what seems like an eternity, he finally gives Rick the angle he was looking for. Rick's shot was low, but amazingly, the bear doesn't even run. He simply sniffs around the area trying to find the source of the noise. This gives Rick plenty of time to knock another arrow. This time, he made it count. By wearing HECS technology, they were able to get away with much more than would normally have been possible. Not only did the guys make noise trying to get the bear to turn, but when Rick shot and missed, the bear was so confident that nothing else was around, it simply stayed right there where it was. This gave Rick plenty of time to pull it all together. And the end result? Well, let's just say it's going to look great in Rick's trophy room.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Nice bear. Beautiful brown.
Thank you for helping me.
Yeah, pretty cool. Your first bear with a bow and over a bait.
Yep.
The original HECS suit is very lightweight, breathable, and versatile enough to be used in almost any hunting situation. The HECS systems consist of 3 pieces. These essential pieces include a HECS pant, HECS top, and HECS head cover. You may use any combination of appropriate HECS products to achieve the goal of covering as much of your body as possible with HECS technology. All HECS hunting products are now available in our new HECS Style Anywhere and HECS Style Green digital camo patterns to match any terrain. The material features a highly electrically conductive carbon grid woven into the polyester base cloth. The grid blocks your body's electrical field. The suit is designed to be worn under your regular camo or over the top as an outer layer. The technology is effective either way. The original pants are cut similar to sweatpants, with an elastic waistband, elastic cuffs on the bottom, side pockets, and a convenient fly. The pullover shirt features thumb holes, serge stitching, and an embroidered logo. The head cover has a hemmed eye hole, adjustable drawstring in the back, and is very easy to use. Additional accessories are sold separately and include the HECS hat, our versatile multi-rag that can be worn in a variety of ways, camo gloves made of a lightweight, stretchy material in matching camo, and a heavyweight over-the-calf sock. And of course, all of the accessories have the HECS grid woven right in. Order right now and use the promo code to save $30 on your order of a complete HECS suit. Learn more about our full line of clothing and accessories, as well as our fit guarantee for worry-free ordering at HECSLLC.com.
After Rick's success, Rocky couldn't wait to get in the tree and try for his own bear.
So far, no bears, just turkeys.
Welcome back to Hunting with HECS. It's time once again for this week's HECS Close-Up.
On this week's HECS Close-Up, we have another clip sent in by Robin Wallen. Robin is the one who sent in the clip with the bear climbing up into the tree with him. In this clip, Robin's trying to get to his tree stand to hunt deer, but he has bears in the way. He's wearing his HECS system head to toe, and the bears don't seem to pay any attention to him at all.
It's 11:30 in the morning. I got a bear in between me and my stand. I'm heading in to do some deer hunting with my bow, and I got the darn bears here again. Need to get over to my stand and do some deer hunting.
Thanks again to Robin Wallen of Robin Hood's Outdoor Adventures for sending us this week's HECS Close-Up.
Electroreception, that is the ability animals have, what we call their sixth sense, to pick up on our human's electronic field that we produce. So many times I have been out in the field and come across animals, and I've actually tried to stalk in on them to see how close I could get, particularly when I elk hunt. I used to have to kind of find a spot to blend into all the time, make sure they didn't see you because you stood out like a sore thumb. When I started wearing this HECS, I could stand right out in the open. You still kind of want to blend in, but I'm more out in the open where I can get a shot off a lot easier. You just stand there and be real still when they come in, and they look right through you, past you. They don't even pick you out hardly at all. When it comes to turkey hunting, I do a lot of turkey hunting by myself. I video myself, so I depend on the HECS to block that energy field. There's been times when I've been bear hunting, and in my tree stand, I stand up and I'm looking around, and the bears just don't pick me out of the tree hardly at all. makes it a lot easier for me to get away and film myself again bear hunting. Last fall, 2018, I was able to put the HECS to a real test. I was sitting on the ground and had a whitetail buck work his way right up to me, and I'm sitting out in the open next to a dead burnt tree, and there's no reason why this buck shouldn't have picked me out. I was silhouetted to the side where he could look over and see me, but I had the HECS on. He walked right up there, and I got a 15-20 yard shot off on this big monster in the velvet whitetail buck. You got to try it out and see for yourself the difference it makes. HECS.
Our most popular HECS system is our base layer. The base layer is a lightweight semi-thermal material designed to be worn under your regular hunting clothing or over the top. It comes in the original olive green, as well as our new HECS Style Anywhere and HECS Style Green digital camo patterns to match any terrain. The material features a highly electrically conductive carbon grid woven into the polyester base cloth. The grid blocks your body's electrical field. The suit is designed to be worn under your regular camo or over the top as an outer layer. The technology is effective either way. All complete HECS systems include 3 pieces. These essential pieces include a HECS pant, HECS top, and HECS head cover. You may use any combination of appropriate HECS products to achieve the goal of covering as much of your body as possible with HECS technology. The shirt is a quarter zip Henley with rugged serge stitching, embroidered HECS logo, and thumb holes. The form-fitting pants have rugged serge stitching throughout, and the heavy elastic waistband and cuff ensure they stay in place. They also feature a convenient fly. The head cover has a hemmed eye hole, adjustable drawstring in the back, and is very easy to use. Additional accessories are sold separately and include the HECS hat, our versatile multi-rag that can be worn in a variety of ways, camo gloves made of a lightweight, stretchy material in matching camo, and a heavyweight over-the-calf sock. And of course, all of the accessories have the HECS grid woven right in. Order right now and use the promo code to save $30 on your order of a complete HECS suit. Learn more about our full line of clothing and accessories, as well as our fit guarantee for worry-free ordering at HECSLLC.com.
The bear hunting continues right after this. Welcome back to Hunting with HECS. We've been trying out the HECS technology on bears, and so far the results have been impressive. With a couple of bears on the ground, it's Rocky Jacobson's turn to hunt.
Up here in the tree stand by myself, and I wear my HECS because I have to do all the filming, shooting, and everything, and I don't want to take the chance of a bear detecting me, so the HECS is going to help eliminate a lot of that. The movement I can get away with, but that electronic energy we put out, the HECS will kill it and give me a lot better chance of getting a good shot, and the bears will be more at ease.
It wasn't long before Rocky spotted a bear coming his way. Not only is Rocky self-filming, but he's running 2 cameras at the same time. He's turning and focusing and getting things rolling, all while getting his bow ready to take a shot. Even with all this movement, the bear is oblivious to his presence. Well, you Midwestern guys know that deer often look right at you in the tree stand, even when you didn't move. Bears are normally the same way. They often stare at the hunter in the tree stand and seem to know something isn't quite right. Well, both deer and bears are able to sense the presence of other large living beings by their electrical field. And that's one of the ways they can pick you out, even when you're sitting perfectly still. When the bear turns, Rocky is ready.
Looks like we got it done. Not sure how big he was, but he's pushing the 250 to 300 pounds. Had a good cull on him. Pretty cool. All right, the HECS worked. Let me get away with a lot of movement up here in the tree. Incredible bear for a mountain bear here in Idaho. He's pushing 300 pounds, 19-inch skull. Got a good noggin on him. Hide's absolutely perfect. Great bear. The HECS helped me out. Got my Everly stock pack to pack him out of here with. That is not going to be fun.
Did you know that fox are more effective at catching prey when they line up with the Earth's magnetic field? Researchers observed over 600 attempts by fox to catch prey. They discovered that when the fox faced northeast, they were successful 74% of the time, compared to only 18% when facing any other direction. Researchers surmised that foxes were using the Earth's magnetic field in combination with the electrical field given off by the mouse to help it detect and target its prey more accurately. HECS technology blocks our electrical field and makes us less detectable to animals.
I just came back from my bear hunt in Saskatchewan and I punched the tag on my biggest bear ever.
That's a big bear. Oh man.
You can see in the video, the bear kind of knew something was up, but I was wearing my HECS. And I firmly believe in the HECS system. I've been wearing it for 5 or 6 years now, and I've been able to punch a lot more tags. I guide full-time for a living, and I make sure I'm always wearing it. And my hunters, if they have it, I make sure they wear it as well. If not, I tell them about it. And we've killed a lot more animals wearing the HECS. You still have to hunt smart and use the wind, but when the animals are in close, they just don't perceive you as a threat. And I've had great results on turkeys, bears, elk, deer, everything I've chased. So give HECS a try. It's an awesome bear. He's got great character with that face being rubbed like that. He'll probably be close to a 7-foot bear. It's hard to say. We're going to take a look at it and maybe weigh it, but it's definitely my biggest bear by far.
You know, it doesn't matter what part of the world you live in. HECS has shown itself to be effective in a wide variety of terrain and with almost every species. Predators are especially in tune to their electrical environment, and HECS technology has proven its effectiveness over and over. Don't you think it's time to get a HECS system for yourself? Go online or make that call today, and you too will experience the HECS effect that we feature right here each week. In the meantime, we'll keep pushing the limits and bringing it to you every week, right here on Hunting with HECS.
If you have an amazing HECS encounter you'd like to share, give us a call or go online. If we use it on the air, you'll be in the running to win an exciting hunting trip with a HECS crew. You can find out more on our website at hexllc.com. While you're online, make sure to take a minute and check us out on our social media sites as well.